In Mamdani's latest visit to the White House yesterday, he not only pitched a massive federal housing plan for the city, but he came with props, playing directly into the president's love of building and perhaps the press, or at least attention of the press. And it may have worked. Mamdani also brought up a Columbia student being detained by ICE while he was at the White House. Trump phoned him shortly after the meeting to say that the woman had actually been released. CNN chief data analyst Harry Enton joining us now with more on the New York City mayor's growing popularity.
Yeah.
Walk us through.
Yeah, okay. You know, President Trump is not the only one who gets the vapors when it comes to Zohran Mamdani. I mean, my goodness gracious, he likes popular politicians. Here's a popular politician for you. Take a look here. Mamdani's net favorable rating in New York City in September of 2025, plus 14 points. December of 2025, plus 38. Now look at this, plus 48 points. A more popular mayor to start off than either of his two Democratic predecessors, either Eric Adams or Bill de Blasio. The most popular Democrat in New York City in a generation. And President Trump, who likes to get on board with popular politicians, is getting on board right now with this guy.
Getting on board with this guy. Okay, so what about statewide?
Yeah.
What are we seeing statewide?
Okay, so you know what? A lot of Republicans are like, oh, we're going to run statewide in New York and run against Zohran Mamdani. There's a slight problem with that, and that is Zohran Mamdani isn't just popular in New York City. He's actually the most popular Democrat statewide. Take a look at this. Net favorable of New York Democrats statewide. Look at this. Zohran Mamdani with a positive net favorable rating of plus 16 points. More popular than Kristen Gillibrand at plus 12. More popular than Kathy Hochul at plus 9. More popular than Chuck Schumer at minus 7. The bottom line is this. Zohran Mamdani is the most popular Democrat in the state of New York right now. Republicans are not going to be able to run against him in the midterms because the bottom line is this. He's popular not just in his home city, but he's popular in New York State as well.
Okay, but what about the popularity with the president? What is it that President Trump seems to like about him?
Yeah, okay. So I think what he likes about him is the fact that he is very much the type of politician who is able to attract the media attention in the same way while sticking with what he believes is right? You know, Donald Trump has always been this type of politician who goes out there, says a whole heck of a lot of things, but then is still able to maintain his base. And Zohran Mamdani is the type of guy who's been able to bring in President Trump, but also has basically been sticking to his campaign platform. I mean, take a look at this. Chance Mamdani freezes the rent, the thing he had run on. Look at this. According to the prediction markets, the Kalshi prediction market this year, there's still an 81% chance that Zohran Mamdani actually freezes the rent. So he is maintaining his popularity citywide. You see him right here. It's been going up like a rocket. He is maintaining, in fact, being the most popular Democrat in the state of New York right here, plus 16 points. And he is doing so while also at this point looking like he is going to actually keep that big campaign promise of freezing the rent. At this point, as I said, President Trump isn't the only one who has the vapors, because the bottom line is this. A lot of New Yorkers have the vapors about Zohran Mamdani as well, as he is sticking to his quite progressive platform.
It looks like the Donald Trump-Zohran Mamdani bromance is heating up again. New York's mayor went to the White House today to discuss building more housing in New York City. And to help make his case, Mamdani brought some visual aids, like this photoshopped front page of the New York Daily News with the headline, "Trump to City, Let's Rebuild," a play off of a 1975 front page that featured President Ford. Now, Mamdani called the meeting productive, and his office says that Trump was enthusiastic about the proposal, which included building 12,000 new units in the city. The new relationship is a far cry from the war of words between the two just months ago.
He's a communist. We're going to go to a communistic state. That's so bad for New York.
And if there is any way to terrify a despot, it is by dismantling the very conditions that allowed him to accumulate power.
The Mamdani thing is it's a disaster waiting to happen.
Our city is under attack by an authoritarian Trump administration.
He's a communist. He hates police. He hates Jewish people. And yet he's got Jewish people supporting. He hates Jewish people.
If anyone can show a nation betrayed by Donald Trump how to defeat him, it is the city that gave rise to him.
I still see both Democrats and Republicans fighting yesterday's war on this. They're like still trying to make these two enemies when Mamdani and Trump are just fine working together, getting some stuff done for each other, posing for pictures. I mean, is it time to just let it go?
This is a good thing. It's okay for us to have heated debates in elections, and then Democrats and Republicans work together when the elections are over. They're not going to agree on a lot of things, but I suspect if you're Mamdani and you want to have a good relationship with Trump, walking into the Oval Office and saying, let's build some buildings and do some development in New York City, that's like the number one thing that you would do to get Donald Trump excited. And by the way, it's probably a great idea. And who better to get involved than Donald Trump?
You were not a Mamdani guy, but he seems to be getting the job done.
So listen, this is the big question. Why is Donald Trump doing this? I mean, I love this idea of them working together. Why can't Donald Trump work together with the Democrats in Washington, D.C.? You have Donald Trump here, and he calls Mamdani a communist over there. He said, but I want to work together with him. Good. I like that. Why can't he work together with the Democrats? There must be something going on here.
Can I flip the question? Why can't Democrats learn from how Mamdani is dealing with Trump?
I said I wrote
because he understands the game.
I wrote an op-ed.
He walks in with a poster and a very direct ask. That's a win-win for everybody. $21 billion for 12,000 affordable homes. Trump wants affordable housing. Easy. It's easy to see how you get a deal. Should Democrats learn from that?
Yes, absolutely. I've wrote an op-ed saying, let's work together with Donald Trump. I've sent letters to the president, bipartisan letters, saying, let's make a deal on immigration to get something done. The problem is the president has not talked to any Democrats in Washington, D.C. He talked to John Fetterman once in March of 2025. He talked to Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries before the shutdown, and that's when the whole thing with the sombreros for Hakeem Jeffries. And he's talked to Schumer a couple times about the Gateway Project. He has not been talking to the Democrats. At the State of the Union the other night, I'm very well rested from that evening, but he made a...
You didn't have to stand up too much.
He made a point of saying they're all crazy, they're all sick. I mean, let's work together to actually solve some of the real problems that affect people's lives.
But how many of your colleagues didn't bother to show up at something that would have been controversial for them to show up to and express some interest in at least respecting the office and respecting the institution?
Listen,
there were plenty who chose not to, and I think that's why
I'm making a plea. I'm making a plea to the President of the United States of America. Mr. President, let's work together to get some stuff done. Let's work on affordability. Let's work on immigration. Let's work on the things that are affecting real people's lives in America and stop all the finger pointing. I'm ready to work with you.
If Democrats could get Trump to the table, should they?
Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, Mamdani said he was working for the people of New York. His job is to get the people of New York affordable housing. If he can get that money from the president, terrific. If he can get that money from Kathy Hochul now that the federal government owes her $13.5 billion refund for Trump's tariffs, great. He's doing what he said he would do. He said he would work for the American people. He said he would work for the people of New York. And I just think people should remember that picture of Trump smiling his face off, because I've never seen him so happy, when the GOP messaging for the midterms is Mamdani and the radical left Democrats destroy America.
Well, I think that's the end.
I think that's the end of that argument that they put in my campaign.
That's probably the end of that argument today, and the end of our panel discussion on this topic.